Buddy, I am trying out YouTube Live via my phone, but I have some audio here in this video project that I'm working on that I want to get some processing on, because if I play it here, it's not where I want it to be. This is the raw audio, and this was recorded actually via Skype using Call Recorder, and they do HD video. It's only 720, but it also does some nice quality audio. But of course, I've recorded this much lower than what will be the final processed audio. Hopefully the audio on this live stream is good enough. I forgot to plug in a microphone, but I'm sitting really close to the phone so I can see chat. If chat pops up, we can put that on. I guess it's super chat too, whatever. And I'm going to process this audio, and I thought I'd just pop up this live via my phone and see how this works. Now, on the app, can I adjust the exposure manually? I cannot, but there is this little, hey, look at this. Oh boy, there's effects. Not what I was looking for. I was looking for some manual control. This is interesting in that it does apply some color grading. That's kind of cool. It doesn't matter how you see it really. 7 of you here, so what's up? I could do this in black and white. Although it's doing, oh, look at that. It's making like effects. So unfortunately, I can't just do this simply to make the video look better. I'll leave it in this documentary because it looks a little blown out on the screen. But yeah, we'll just do that for fun. I wish there was some more. Let me make sure there's no color grading options. So let me know how the audio is on this, and let's start editing this. I'm just going to go back to normal instead of that weird color grading. All right. Someone chatted up so I can actually see if the chat pops up while I'm streaming here. And I'll go ahead. So here's my video project. This is Premiere Pro CC. You can see I've got my video, and this is the audio. I'll make this bigger so you can see the audio track. The way I'm going to do this, because I'm in CC, it can go between apps. I'm just going to right click on my video here, and I'm going to go to Edit Clip in Adobe Audition. That's actually going to take this clip that I've got selected. It's going to open Audition, which I already have open. So there you go. There's Adobe Audition. This is my favorite place to edit audio. And we're looking at the full screen here, and that should be fine. Now, here's the raw audio. You can see it actually looks really nice. The dynamics are good, even though it came through Skype. Skype usually is really highly compressed, and this would sort of be, you wouldn't see these peaks and valleys so much. It would just be sort of squished together. Now, I'm going to do a little compression so that I can also do some loudness normalization. So it's probably the first thing I'm going to do here, and that might not be the way you'd want to do it, but I just want to get this audio up so that I can hear it better. I should plug in headphones as well. But first thing, I'm going to go to effects, and I'm just going to pull up the single band compressor here. And I like this one because it's really simple. And here's a cool thing I like to do when I'm doing compression. You're like, well, how much compression should I do? Where should I compress? Well, my whole idea here, my whole aim here is just to tame some of these larger peaks, to make the audio more consistent and to clear more headroom here for my normalization process so that I can bring all of this up without smashing these against basically the limiter and cutting those off. So look at this. You've got this scale here, -6, -9, -12. I can see this video or this audio for video. And here I am. Let me check on chat real quick. I don't see. It says hide all chat messages. So no chat messages yet. So I'll just assume that's correct. And we got, let's see, -12 right there's -12, -15. So I want to bring all these down to somewhere around probably -14. Again, I'm trying to just tame these peaks. And I'm just going to grab, if I just click on here and you get these little arrows, I'm just going to scrub one side or the other. I'm going to go to about -14, 14.7, 14.2. Yeah, that's fine. These other settings, I think I do have these cranked up. Yeah, I have 30 to 1 because I want this really to not let anything through past the threshold that I'm setting. The attack and the release, I think, are set at normal, and the gain is at 0. No extra gain applied. Go ahead and click that. Now you can see that sort of brought all those big peaks down. Now let me show you the difference. There you go. There's the peaks. And there we go after we process. So not a lot of compression. Real simple. Just taming those peaks. Watch the peaks again. Boom. That's compressed. I could probably compress it a little bit more, but we're fine for this. This is pretty basic, quick edit to this audio. And next, I actually need to see a different screen. So let me look up the, well, I'm going to do match loudness. I don't really want it like that. I'm not sure why this is not set up with the workspace that I want. Let's go workspace. I want to go to radio production. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. This options over here, this panel. So I'm going to take the audio, and I've got the match loudness panel up over here. I'm going to drop the audio into there, and it's already set to minus 19 loudness units full scale. That's LUFS. That's how I say it. True peak at minus 1.5. That's where I want to keep things down to. Because once this gets processed out as a finished video, these will probably go a little bit above that. So we want to create room for that. So all I'm doing is bring this all up, loudness normalized, basically to the way we hear it. And we know it's going to be consistent loudness. And minus 19 is what we use for mono audio, for web delivery. I'm just going to run that. This is a super quick piece of audio. And there you go. I brought it all up. Now,
including career talks from
that's
people
great.
Working in a diverse array of jobs to a career fair.
So that looks good. That's my audio. We went from non-processed, we compressed it, and then we brought it up. Loudness normalized it, and I listen back here. Now, other things I might do.
A diverse array of jobs.
And I don't have my headphones on, so let me quickly get out my Sonols. I like these things. Have been through the grinder, and I've noticed all these types, they all lose their sort of faux leather at some point at your head area. And these have finally started to come apart. That's okay, as long as this holds together. I make gaff tape or something. But these Sonols are basically generics of the 7506s that you get from Sony, and I like these better. They have a detachable... Did I do a review on these? I don't think I did. They have a detachable cable here, which is one thing I like. It's an advantage over the others, so that if something happens to your cable, it's easily replaceable. That twist and locks in, really like that. And with my Sonys, I had other issues with these wires twisting. These ear cups came off. So for being the one that everybody recommends and that quote-unquote professionals use, I was surprised that their durability, at least the pair I had, basically sucked. So I got these Sonols as a demo unit and got to keep them, and I've been using them for years and years and years. I think that's why I didn't do a review, because I don't want people to think, oh, you did a good review because someone gave them to you. Yeah, not true at all. So I'm putting on my headphones. My voice will probably go up if the cable doesn't knock over the tripod here. And let's see, I'm going to listen to this real quick. Whoa, that's really loud. And what I'm listening for here, as you can't hear, listening to the reverb in the room, because I can limit that a little bit. Believe it or not, there's a cool effect for that. And I'm also listening for noise, and there's really a little bit of noise. So let's pretend that I wanted to fix both of those things. I would go in here first for the effects that I want. And let me say that one of the reasons I brought it up first, because this will affect the loudness normalization of this. It won't be minus 19 after I do this, including some EQ. I'll show you that as well. But I did it so I could hear things like the reverb and the noise floor really clearly. So I would go in here. Let's pretend we're going to go. I have an iZotope RX5, and I got this for like, I don't know, $60 or maybe it was 99. This is this pack from iZotope, and I'm telling you, it's worth every penny. It always goes on like a Monday sale, like the Cyber Monday or the Black Friday. It goes on sale. I don't know what it normally is. Maybe it's $150. It's worth every single penny. This is not sponsored. But it's iZotope RX5, and I don't know the current price of it, but it has declicking, which is really cool. Takes out little clicks. Declipping, which is amazing. If you have some peaking audio, that can actually restore some of it. Dehum, I don't really use that, but this is the key. This is worth the price by itself. The dialogue denoise is basically noise removal that makes noise removal super simple and really, I would say, seamless. Audition has built-in audio noise reduction tools, but it's just this. You're going to fight with that other stuff and maybe not get as good results as this gets. And you can just set this to auto. I let this go, and it's figuring out the noise floor. I can change the amount of reduction. The point is, I've been able to apply a ton of noise removal on this, and still maybe it gets a little muddy, and you could take that out of EQ or you get that low end. But in general, it just does such a good job. It makes things so easy. And you can go to manual here after it's learned, and you can just adjust a little bit based on what you're seeing here. Anyways, I love it. I'm not hearing a lot of noise in this audio, so I don't really need to do this. But if I was, I could set it to auto, and I can reduce this all the way down, so I can do minimal processing as I'm listening here until I hear that it's no longer effective. And now that sounds good. Oh yeah, see, just that little bit there is making it super clean. And so I'll go ahead and apply this to this file since it's such a short file. And you'll see it'll change the waveform a little bit. Actually, in that case, it didn't change the waveform at all. We could always check. We could analyze over here, amplitude statistics. You could scan this file. Quickly, it tells me that the loudness is still 19. So that didn't affect anything. So that's nice. It's keeping that consistent, so I don't have to reprocess it for loudness. Some other things I might do, I would go over and I'd probably do some EQ. But before that, because I might want the EQ to fix these things that these other plugins are doing. At Dynamics, I have a Plugin Alliance SPL Deverb. This is something else I got on sale. I almost never pay for plugins. I think these are the only two I've ever paid for. It's hard for me to pay for them when they have a lot of stuff built into Audition. But this is one you can't really find anywhere. This is one that doesn't really work. I haven't seen it work very well. This deverb, if you have reverb in your audio, you know that that's almost impossible to get rid of. This does the best job I've heard at limiting it. It takes some of it away. It puts a little bit of a polish on there. So she's got a little bit of reverb in her audio. I think this is recorded, believe it or not, in the bathroom. You got to record where the good light is sometimes, but that's creating some issues. I can play this here. You wouldn't be able to hear it through the phone that I'm recording on. But if I play this, I'm listening here. That's the makeup gain. This is the amount. So I can hear the reverb. As I turn this up, it reduces it, but it does affect the audio a little bit. It gets a little muddy. But I can put a little bit on. I can apply that. Change the waveform a little bit. I'm going to rescan it to see what we did to the loudness. And we are at minus 20. So it got a little quieter. Not a big deal. In this case, we want to make sure we didn't peak anything, make any of these peaks go over the top, overload. But that's it. That sounds great. Now, if I've affected the audio in any way, in terms of its tone and character, I would always, I pretty much always use an EQ. Now, parametric EQ, I enjoy these because it lets me get in here and dial in the frequencies the way I want. This one's set up for the last time that I did it. I could go in here, and for this one, I could set this default. I would put on a high-pass filter because you can always do that for any audio. You can bring this all the way up to 100 without affecting most male voices, but certainly female voices. Most aren't going to drop below 100. This just removes some of the junk in the audio that the human voice doesn't do or doesn't go into the frequency range. And I might go somewhere around this 200 hertz range. A little bit of a boost will give her a little bit of that mid-low end, so a little deeper without being muddy. Even that almost sounds a little too muddy, so I would move it around. If we did 2 dB boost, and I would just play the audio and take off these headphones. Not that you'll be able to hear anything, but what I can do is play it out loud at least. And what I would do is I would move
focused on your
this around.
Development. We cover everything from education
That'll change.
to science,
You really should have
career.
headphones on while you're doing that. So as I move around, I'm listening to how it affects the audio, which is beautiful because I can do this in real time. I can see it, right? I'm seeing some interesting, really high peaks here in this area.
To science
But I may want to actually reduce that if I'm seeing something crazy.
And we're here to help you.
So that sounds good. We can boost a little bit in the high end. We'll just go a few dBs here. A little bit cross, give it a little bit more of that brighter, that brings out the brightness. And if you are hearing sort of muddy audio, you can drop out this low end, maybe brighten it up.
Thrive in your microbiology.
And that's good right there. So I would go ahead and apply that. We've affected the waveform again. I'll do another pass of this loudness. I already have the track in here. I'll go ahead and hit run for -19. It gets us back to -19.
Career. We've got absolutely.
Now I have a really good level for web delivery, and basically I'm going to save that, command save. And if we go over back to Premiere, you can see our audio changed, the waveform changed, because what I did in Audition affected this file here in Premiere, which is, amazing because that just lets you work so much faster. You don't have to bring it in and out of one app. So I'm done with this audio, processing it. I'm going to quit out of Audition. And now I have my audio here in Premiere.
How to write a great abstract to how to craft a better CV.
So there you go. I have my finished audio from Premiere to Audition and back again. And that's it. That is a super down and dirty way I'm going to... I don't know why I say down and dirty. I mean, that's all I would do. I'm processing it. I'm not going to do a ton of stuff. So that's it. That's a lot of how I would process audio for video. I used to do it inside of Premiere. They had some effects, but they've gotten better at that. But you see, if you go over to the audio section, and it's been so long since I do it. I don't even... I remember you always have to turn on the controls in a weird way. Yeah, I just don't process audio here. You toggle down here and you get some of these same effects. There's the single band compressor I used. But if I pull this up, look, it's nothing. Well, it is just okay, so they did integrate some of the same plugins. They've made these plugins in Premiere better. So I have access to a lot of this stuff. I just prefer to work in Audition where I can see the waveform, and the plugins, for the most part, are better. Go ahead and remove that single band compressor. But that's it. Save my file and audio processed for this video. Thanks, everybody. I don't think we had any chat. Hopefully not. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Let me look at all. Oh, look at that. There was chat I missed. So sorry, you guys. Paul, hi from NYC. Paul, what's up? Oh my gosh, I'm so bummed about this. All right. Well, Wild Lab, hello. Croatia, that's awesome. Valley Walker from Wales. I got Girl Speedo from London. So a lot of the Western European we have here. Audio is excellent. That's cool. Hi from Texas. Jim, what's up? Paul in NYC, what's going on? Are you in Premiere Pro? I am, Jim. Ray works with Audition. So the whole CC, Creative Suite, Creative Cloud. Yeah, man, see, I wish I could tap on the screen and affect the exposure. I could drop my exposure. See, look at this. I can at least control my exposure on this camera by controlling the brightness of the screen. So that looks so much better. Come on, YouTube. You got to let me do manual exposure in the app. Hey, what's up, Premiere Reviewer? Now, if I click on you, I could put you in a timeout. That's weird. Nope, doesn't let me see your profile. But that's it, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Let me make sure there are no super chats. So that's why I should have had all chat on. I didn't. No, I was looking at super chats. I got to make sure there are no super chats because if anyone dropped coin to get something answered, I want to see that. Do you have time for one question? Yep, Paul. Fire away. You guys can always ask questions. I'm happy to answer them. Anyone still watching at this point doesn't mind if we go on a little bit with questions. We'll do this Q&A section. I'm wondering how this will look from my phone once I get to YouTube. I tend to only put, really nice quality audio or really nice quality video on YouTube. So this is more of an Instagram thing I would do. Instagram.com/podcasthelper. I do stories and behind the scenes stuff over there. So you guys should definitely follow over there. And Paul, I don't know if you're going to ask a question. Go for it. Wait for that to pop up. And then I will let everybody get out of here. What else can I tell you? Well, I'm not sure I've used the app to live stream like this. Now, I am sitting within literal inches of the phone so that I can see chat and I can see what you're seeing as I stream. And I don't know if the audio is good. Oh, someone said it was good. I guess that's what they meant. What would you recommend for quick noise reduction fix if I'm working with back-to-back clients? Hey, don't go away. If I'm working with back-to-back clients, I'd like to do some quick noise reduction without taking too much time. I would recommend the plugin that I showed. So I don't know if you saw that part, but the plugin, I already quit Audition. The iZotope RX5. And I'll go back into YouTube and I'll on the desktop and I'll put in links for this live stream. I'm assuming I'm going to leave this on my channel. The RX5 plugin with the dialogue denoise is going to be the fastest, hands down. Not only the fastest, but the best. So you get speed and quickness. Now, if you didn't want to pay anything, I guess, you'd have to go into noise reduction tools inside of in this case, Audition. You could do some, let's see, let me see, in the effects here in Premiere, we have the noise reduction. You could use this adaptive noise reduction. So if I go into adaptive noise reduction and I double click on it and I look at it, you can basically change these reduced noise by sliders and the noisiness, I guess it is, noisiness slider. I used to use this. It works pretty good, but you're still going to get that underwater effect when you apply, a little bit of this, where I'm able to push the dialogue denoise so much further without effects. I mean, it's hands down just the best thing. Otherwise, like I said, come into this. You can see here some simple controls. You could do some slider movements as you're listening to the audio play. That's what's nice. Let the audio roll, make your adjustments, and that's it. That would do some noise reduction. That would be down and dirty. Let me make sure I get rid of that. And that's the two options I would say that you really have. There was a chat that Mariella said, damn, I'm not sure why. Did I miss something? Did you miss something? Can I answer a question? Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here. I don't want people to hang around. Yeah, the underwater effect is just too much when trying to do noise reduction with Adobe Sound Booth. I'll definitely try iZotope. Yeah, the iZotope is just amazing. It's my favorite option. And like I said, I never pay for plugins, but that one is the best money I've spent on a plugin in a long time, maybe ever. It works really well. Cool, Paul, no problem. Check that out. See if you can catch a sale. And I will see everybody. Maybe I'll do this again. Anytime I come up with something that I'm working on in the middle of it, maybe I can pop open the phone and do a little live thing here on YouTube. I've done a few live things, but this was fun. Little processing, audio for video. See everybody next time. Let's see if I can shut this down properly. See ya.